face lit this town like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it away. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Only just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it away.
Welcome in. Happy Saturday to ya. Happy Saturday to everybody in the chat. I feel like oh, the music's gonna come on again. I did the same thing last night. We'll get it down. We'll get it down. I haven't had that song on for a long time, and it mutes me, so I like that. It mutes me till we're ready to go live. So then it unmutes me, so I don't have that problem of being muted. So welcome in, everybody. If you're new to the channel, my name is Tanya, or you can call me TitaniumBuilt. TitaniumBuilt is the channel, and we do talk all things true crime here. So if that's something you're interested in or something that you're into, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you guys don't mind, hit the like button while we get started, and we'll go ahead. We'll get started with tonight's live. So thank you again for being here. What'd you guys do this Saturday? Anything fun? Anything fun? Let me know if you did. I did absolutely nothing that was fun. That's a downer. I had a great day. I just didn't do anything like that we would consider fun. I just kind of hung around. So, but welcome into all the chatters. It's good to see everybody in the chat. And I saw Monchi was in here. Thank you, Kelly Davis, for the $5 super sticker. Thank you. I wish I was on the actual live. I'm on they have me on the vertical one. I can't get off of it. I'm the one that tells you guys how to get off of it, and I don't even know how to get off of it. I'll figure that out in a minute. I did, yeah. I read both them books. I read actually, I think 3. I think we read 2 or 3. 3. We read 3 books because I have a third one somewhere, I think. I think we read 3. If there's 3 out, that's what we read. Hey, Ash Nicole, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see everyone. I'm just going down through the chat here. It's good to see everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. And thank you, Idaho Kelly, for the $1.99. She said, hello, fellow Titans. Tanya, thanks for all you do. You're welcome. You guys like the opening better? You like this opening? I think I'll save the shorter opening, the other opening for when I do pre-recorded. But it might not be on the pre-recorded I'm going to put out tomorrow because I don't know how to do that, to tell you the truth. I've been trying all night to try to upload my iMovie from this iMovie just to my computer, and it's doing some weird stuff. So I don't know. I hate edited videos. That's why I hate edited videos. But I love doing them. I forgot how much I liked doing them until last night or yesterday when I did one, but I haven't put it out yet. So, but last night, if you weren't here for the live, I'll give you the rundown a little bit. We basically just went over the autopsies. There's been about 150 pages that came out in new documents, and it's talking about so at the beginning of the document, it talks about the different experts that the defense and the prosecution was going to bring forward for this case if it would have went to trial, but it didn't. So we're stuck with reading through all of the discovery that we would have seen at trial. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to read more about the placement or where the victims were actually found instead of the autopsy part. We already know that part now. So we went over the autopsy last night. So tonight we're going to go over, this is going to be like, basically it'll be like one expert will say something and then, the other expert will kind of counter it. And I'll tell you who's kind of talking. Let's see if we can blow this up a little bit for y'all, for everybody, for me, for you. Oh, I'm going to put my glasses on. And then I'm going to move the chat over to this screen so I can see you guys because it's like way better when I have you guys over here. There we go. Oh, wait, I have to go down. Okay. Oh, look, Shine, you've been watching it on TikTok. I was actually just on TikTok for like 2 minutes a minute ago. I was like, I'm going to go over and I'm going to get on live and say, come over. So that's what I did. I like, come on over. I was like, don't get me for TikTok for promoting YouTube. So it says here, the building at 1122 King Road, Moscow, Idaho is a multi-level house with 6 bedrooms. 2 bedrooms are located on the first floor as one enters from the parking area depicted in ISP 4519. Wish I had 4519. Wish I had that picture handy. Hold on a second. I do. $45.19. Okay, I'll look through these because I have all of the pictures in front of me. That would be interesting if I could like pull them up. You know what I mean? As we were going like, through these, but I can show you the floor plan also if no, but if everyone, I think everyone's seen it. I think everyone knows what the floor plan looks like. But if you don't, let me know. Well, look at that. Hello, Pearl. Welcome on in. I tried to get you, but I got Nightbot instead. Member for a month. Look at that. Hello, fellow Titans. Good to be here with you. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Hey, Lee. Welcome in, everyone. Okay. So, and if you guys don't know the layout of the house, don't be afraid to ask any questions in the chat. We can, I can pull it up for you. I've got it right here. So it's not a problem. I actually have all the pictures pulled up just in case we need them. So it says the 2 bedrooms are located on the first floor as one enters from the parking lot. The front entrance door depicted between the silver vehicle and the blue vehicle in this image is located on the north side of the building. There are 2 ways to access the second level of the residence. Either by entering the door on the north side of the building, which means the front door, and then traveling up the staircase from the first floor up to the second floor, or by entering directly via a sliding glass door located at the back south side of the residence. This sliding glass door on the south side of the building is depicted in this. It has the 4554 and enters directly into the kitchen on the second level. I feel like I wish these were like better put. The pictures were. This level also includes a living area with a sofa and a beer pong table, a bathroom, the bedroom of Xana Kernodle on the west end of the building, and the bedroom of an additional resident on the east end of the building, meaning Dylan. The third floor level bedroom. So the uppermost level of the residence is accessible via an internal stairway from the second level that contains 2 bedrooms. One bedroom on the third level was reportedly assigned to Kaylee Gonzalez, and the other bedroom was assigned to Madison Mogan. The bodies of Kaylee Gonzalez and Madison Mogan were reportedly discovered in the bedroom assigned to Madison Mogan. Miss Mogan was located on the south side of the bed, closest to the closet opening. And thank you for becoming a new member, Kathleen. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. It means a lot to the channel. So I think you guys know when you walk into Maddie's room, the bed is right there. The closet is on the wall with the window. It says that she was located on, closest to the closet opening, and Miss Gonzalez was located on the north side of the bed, closest to the wall. Both are covered with a beige comforter. A white fleece item, which appears to be a blanket, is lying at the foot of the bed. And then there's, they redacted the pictures. Madison Mogan and Kaylee Gonzalez are lying on their backs. Miss Gonzalez is partially lying on top of the right arm, right shoulder, and upper torso of Miss Mogan, as depicted in, and that gives the description. You know what that reminds me of? Holy shit. Who said that? Okay, hold up. In the beginning of this case, I'm not going to remember, but maybe one of you guys will remember this, and you'll remember who said it. In the beginning of this case, somebody said that Kaylee and Maddie, it appeared as if somebody had picked them up and threw them onto the bed. And that I can't remember if they said Maddie or if they said Kaylee, but one of them was laying partially on top of the other one. Or if not on completely on top, they said. Someone said that. I can't remember who it was for the life of me, but somebody did say that, because I remember thinking there's no way that you could pick up dead weight like that and just heave it, right? And just heave it onto a bed. And I was going to actually do an experiment with Vincent and try to be dead weight and have him pick me up just to show how hard it is. But reading that description almost makes me think that that's what it reminds me of, the person who said that. So the posture and proximity of the bodies of Kaylee and Maddie can be visualized when the comforter is removed. No blood is noted on the bottoms or tops of their feet, indicating they were not upright or moving about the area after their bloodletting injuries were inflicted, meaning he didn't stab them and they didn't start walking around. The blood visible on the bottom sheet is limited to the upper portion of the bed sheet at approximately chest level. According to their respective autopsy reports, no bloodletting injuries were reported below the waist or on the backs of either Miss Gonzalez or Miss Mogan. To me, that means maybe they were both sitting up when they got their wounds. He got them in the chest and not the back. They weren't turned around trying to run. I don't think they had a chance to. So then there was an image taken at autopsy shows a clear view of the sleep pants of Kaylee Gonzalez. The lack of blood on the front of her sleeping pants further supports the conclusion that Ms. Gonzalez never stood upright after the bloodletting injuries to her upper body were inflicted. And her pants were probably covered by the comforter. Miss Mogan's left leg is extended from under the bed covers, and her left foot is on the floor. A piece of debris is noted on the floor between the left foot of Maddie and the pillow and is indicated by the yellow oval in ISP 4871. Okay. A swabbing of the debris as well as the debris itself was tested for a presumptive presence of blood. The swabbing of this debris yielded a positive presumptive test for blood at the scene, but the Otoline test conducted at the laboratory was weakly positive. Like, wasn't enough. I mean, that's blood. Will it be diluted? I don't know. It should be noted that there were no drip trails of blood noted on the bedroom floor. So drip trails are indicative of movement by a bleeding individual. The left leg of Maddie Mogan is extended from the bed. Drip stains, spatter stains, transfer stains, and saturation stains are visible on the comforter and on exposed bed sheets. Apparent strands of hair are also visible on the comforter. A large pool of blood has accumulated at approximately the thigh region of Kaylee Gonzalez. Okay, we're going to read that again. Thank you, Death by Chocolate, for becoming a new member. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Kimber and Crimes, for becoming a new member. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I mean, so much. That's like a big help to the channel. So I'm gonna read that again because that's a lot. Okay, so all this, there's all, I mean, drip stains, spatter stains, transfer stains, saturation stains are all visible in the comforter and on the exposed bed sheets. Apparent strands of hair are also visible on the comforter. I would say maybe Kaylee's hair. I don't know that, but she did have injuries to the head. A large pool of blood has accumulated at approximately the thigh region of Kaylee Gonzalez, even though referring to the autopsy report, no injuries are reported in this area to account for this pool of blood. For this large pool of blood to accumulate, a source of blood had to be above this area while bleeding occurred. Are they trying to say that was like maybe when she was fighting? A distribution of the bloodstains on the face and upper body of Kaylee Gonzalez, the bloodstain on the south wall beside the bed, and the pool of blood at Miss Gonzalez's thigh region on the comforter indicate that her posture and position did change during this event. So she was moving around? Or would this be afterward? I mean, I would say she would be moving around the most, right? I mean, we don't know who his target was, but a lot of people thought it was Maddie, and that, you know, he went in there and he started stabbing her, and then Kaylee, you know, woke up either in the bed or, you know, came from her bedroom over to try to help, you know, Maddie, and she suffered, you know, even more wounds because the fact that maybe Brian could have been mad that Kaylee was there when, you know, she might not have been there. She shouldn't have probably been there. She was just there, you know, for the weekend, show off her car. Man. And then this happens of all weekends. And maybe he planned it like that, you know? So spatter associated with impact is noted on all four walls of the bedroom, above the head of the bed, to the south wall beside Kaylee, to the north wall, and to the door at the foot of the bed. These areas will be described more fully in this report. Multiple spatters associated with impact and 2 cast-off patterns are noted on the north wall, so to the right of Kaylee. The directionality of the spatters closer to the doorway is from right to left and downward as indicated by the yellow arrows. To me, that means he was like cutting from right to left. The area of convergence, she's moving, of the dog is, of this spatter pattern indicates they originated from a spatter producing event that occurred above the level of the bed. Like people sitting up. The 2 patterns of cast-off blood is indicated by the green dotted lines. Cast-off is created by the movement of a bloodied object. The cast-off would be the knife. Like if he was, this is descriptive, but if he was stabbing and then pulling it back, all that, that blood that was going up on the ceiling and stuff like that, that would be like a cast-off. And then they covered these up. I do have the new batch of photos too, so. But 5122, I have all these. I don't know. This one's, that's 30. If we go to the third, photo 30, let me go over. 22, 30. See, I don't know. They're not like that order. Okay. So this image depicts spatter stains associated with impact on the door casing and on the exterior surface of the bedroom door belonging to Madison Mogan. The shape and location of these spatter stains are consistent with there being a continuation of spatter stains observed on the north bedroom wall beside the bed. This is consistent with these spatter stains having originated due to an impact delivered to a source of exposed blood on the bed. So like the blood that was beside Kaylee. So then the next image depicts a portion of the north wall by Ms. Gonzalez's right arm. The following bloodstains are noted on this wall. Spatter associated with impact, so that is traveling downward and to the right as indicated by the yellow arrows. The area of conveyance of these spatters indicates they originated from an impact that occurred above the level of the bed. Several areas of transfer staining are noted. Near the center of the image, a cessation pattern, I can't say that word right, is indicated by a green arrow. Sensation patterns, I know I'm saying it wrong, are the result of a bloodied object undergoing abrupt deceleration. Okay. Flow patterns are indicated by the blue arrows, and it's inserted in the document. The appearance of the stains making up these flow patterns are consistent with diluted blood. That's what I said a minute ago. Diluted blood is created when blood is mixed with another liquid, like sweat. Okay. The mouth and nose injuries of Kaylee and or Maddie, as noted in the autopsy reports, are potential sources of diluted blood. Okay, so like I can't think of the word. Like snot and gross stuff like that and blood is probably what they're talking about. You would think that like even if it was like, yeah, like saliva, mucus, I went to school, when I went to school, it was a long time ago. So it was 2011 when I graduated. So, or 2009, actually. Shit. 2000, I thought, wow, where have I been? Okay. So it's been a long time. But back then I thought that they could separate things like that, but maybe they can't. You would think that they could. So it says that the image cropped above depicts the area adjacent to and above the head of Kaylee Gonzalez. 3 discrete areas of transfer stains are noted on the pillow nearest the head of Kaylee Gonzalez. These transfer stains have thin protrusions extending from the edges of the transfer stains. This geometric configuration is indicative of transfer stains created by head hair. So this is no wiping. No wiping, smearing, or other connection is noted between the 3 transfer stains. These transfer stains were created by discrete movements of contact. No dragging or sliding movement is noted. Are they saying that like someone picked her up and her hair maybe like hit the pillow and they laid her back down or something? Like she didn't do it? Because I don't know. That's what it sounds like to me. Spatters associated with impact are noted on the pillow and the wall above the head of Miss Gonzalez. It couldn't be her trying to you know how the Gonzalez said that she was in the corner and she was faced like she had her head down. And to me, that means like she was like trying to go backwards, right? At one point, like get away from him. Maybe that's when it happens. Spatter associated with impact are visible on the pillow and the wall above Maddie Mogan. Near the lap region of Maddie, 2 linear saturation stains are indicative by the green arrows. And the saturation stains, a blood stain resulting in the accumulation of liquid blood and absorbent material. So the image here is supposed to, it doesn't provide a closer image of the area of the east wall between Miss Mogan's left shoulder and the bedside table. The smaller stains on the wall in this image are consistent with spatter stains associated with impact. These spatter stains are traveling from left to right as indicated by the yellow arrows. Let me see. I was trying to see if it meant anything for like it to be going in that direction, but it's not telling me right now. So, okay. I'm going to look at that again before we get off here. Okay, so the directionality and the distribution of the spatter stains indicate that they originate near the location of Miss Mogan and that they originate only a short distance above the surface of the bed. The larger stains, which accumulate with flow stains as indicated by the blue arrow, are indicative of cast-off stains created by a bloody object in motion. This image depicts the underside of the shelf above the headboard of the bed. Spatters associated with impact are noted on the underside of its shelf. The spatter represents the termination of the spatters associated with impact seen on the wall above the head of the bed. The directionality and the distribution of these spatter stains is consistent with their originating from the head region of the mattress. Because that's where they had their heads, right? They were going to bed. The flow pattern on Maddie's face, it's depicted in this image. And all of this would have came into trial. Just think of that. Just think of that. when they talk about flow patterns, they're talking about this image is her bloody face. And they're talking about, they would talk about why was the flow patterns going this way compared to this way or this way, and that really would have been terrible for the families. It says there is little deviation in the directionality of these flow patterns, indicating there was little change in the posture of Miss Mogan after these flows were created, meaning she didn't do much after, she was stabbed a few times. She couldn't. Her blood alcohol level was what, 2.282 or something? That might be a little high. It was something like that, though. Spatter stains associated with impact on the right side of the closet opening on the south wall are indicated by marker 4-6 in the image. The majority of these spatter stains are circular in shape, with the shape of the spatters along the lower margin of the overall pattern being directed downward. The shape and distribution of these spatter stains associated with impact are consistent with their originating from the area of the bed. The location of the brown object in the vicinity of the lower left back and or thigh. Where did I get? The location of the brown, they're talking about the sheath. Brown object in the vicinity of the lower left back and or thigh of Maddie Mogan is indicated by a yellow oval insert in image. This object was later identified as a brown knife sheath. The back of the knife sheath is exposed. This image is the knife sheath, is indicated by a placard 14. Spatter associated with an impact is noted on the sheet. Damn it, I don't know. On which the brown knife sheath is found. The sheet. Okay, you read that right. So, spatter associated with impact is noted on the sheet, which the brown knife sheath is found. I think he must have hit it with his leg. Because, you would think there would be no spatter under the knife sheath. I don't know. I think that's what that said that there was. If he laid it there right when he first got there. Do you know what I mean? Took the knife out, laid the sheath down. But maybe the first time he's, went to stab Maddie, this is sad. But maybe that's when she kicked that leg out, because she had her left leg out from the bed. If you know where you're laying on the bed and someone stabs you, you're going to wake up real quick and you're probably just going to roll off the bed or try to, get out of the bed. First foot down, maybe. So paragraphs included in the forensic biology report related to the laboratory analysis of the knife sheath provide a closer images of the spatter stains associated with impact on the exposed surface, the back of the knife sheath. Presumptive testing for the presence of blood on the stains on the back of the knife sheath were positive. Subsequent DNA testing on the stains of the back of the knife sheath revealed a mixture of DNA. Kaylee Gonzalez matches the major profile of DNA. It's kind of shocking almost. Just where it was located, Maddie Mogan is a potential contributor to the minor component of DNA. The back of the knife sheath was exposed to spatter stains, which originated from an impact to Kaylee Gonzalez and Madison Mogan. The front strap of the knife sheath was swabbed and tested as item 1.1 as indicated in the attached image. DNA from Brian Koberger was identified on the front strap of the knife sheath. Trace material, I guess, that they say was collected. And then they swabbed the knife sheath. Stain 45 on the opening edge of the door to Maddie's bedroom is depicted in image 48 is a swipe stain, which originates approximately 4 feet 1 inch above the door and is approximately 2 inches in length. It continues to approximately 4 feet 3 inches above the floor. The image shows this swipe in closer perspective. Swipe stains are caused by a transfer of blood from a blood-bearing surface onto another surface, with characteristics that indicate relative motion between the two surfaces. Okay. That's kind of I'm trying to get a second example like that would help us. Okay, so a swipe blood stain is a transfer pattern created when blood-covered object moves across a previously unstained surface, leaving a smudged or feathered, tapered, or smeared trail. So examples include a bloody hand swiping a wall, hair brushing against a surface, or bloody fabric dragging across the floor. Okay. Thought I would give us a little example. Okay. So stain 48 was pre-logged into the ISPFS system as stain 4229. The sample was then assigned the laboratory number 7730. Testing showed the sample to originate from Kaylee Gonzalez. There is no physical evidence to indicate that either Miss Gonzalez or Miss Mogan created this transfer stain. Yeah, there was no way they were walking towards the door or, they were at the door. So this picture was cropped and taken by the Forensic Field Service team on November 17th, 2022, and shows a second area of swipe transfer stain on the opening edge of the bedroom door as indicated by marker X. Subsequent testing at marker X showed a mixture of DNA. Okay. Kaylee Gonzalez matches the major profile of this mixture. Maddie Mogan is a potential contributor to the minor component of this mixture. To me, that makes me feel like that Maddie had more internal injuries maybe. And Kaylee had both. There is no physical evidence to indicate that Miss Gonzalez or Miss Mogan created that swipe on the edge of the door. There's the pictures that, they redacted. So marker 42 is in the image. It depicts a pattern transfer stain near the hinge side of the exterior surface of the third level bedroom door. So that would be the back side, wouldn't it? Like the hinge side, or what would be considered the hinge side? The back side, right? Because that's where the hinges go. That's a weird spot. Okay, a pattern transfer is created when a pattern object which was wet with liquid blood made contact with the surface. The appearance of the stain is consistent with diluted blood creating this pattern transfer. Diluted blood is created when blood is mixed with another liquid. And I hope they don't shut down my stream tonight. All the times I've said, the words, but I'm saying them because I'm sorry. You gotta say them. I think we'll be okay. So then the stairwell from the third level to the second level is depicted here. This drew my attention earlier. Transfer stain, designated stain 41. So 41, it's on top here, on top of the railing, is indicated on the top of the banister as indicated by the yellow arrow. Stains N and O are indicated on the wall below the banister. That's why they had that stuff pouring down it pretty much. Presumptive testing for blood was positive with stains N and O. So these ones here going down the stairwell. Stain 41 is depicted in this image and consists of two pattern transfer stains on the handrail between the third level and the second level of the residence. Pattern transfer stains were created when an object with a similar pattern with a similar pattern objects which was wet with liquid blood made contact with the handrail of the stairwell. So swiping motion is visible within the pattern transfer as depicted by the yellow arrow inserted. Stain 41 was positive and presumptive testing for blood. DNA testing matched Madison Mogan. Sorry. To me, that would almost be like you putting your hand around there. Like you put your hand on there and it maybe splashed blood down the side of the wall. Like you come, I don't know, we could be going around the corner the other way. If you're like chasing someone, maybe like Xana. And it's so lit up with these lights too. Stain 41 is depicted in the image and consists of two pattern transfer stains on the handrail between the third level and the second level. Pattern transfer stains were collected when an object with a similar pattern, which is wet with liquid blood, is made in contact with it. Swiping motion is visible within the pattern transfer as depicted by the yellow arrow inserted into the image. Stain 41 was positive with presumptive testing for blood. DNA testing matched Maddie Mogan. There's stain 41. Yeah, I see it. There's an even closer picture. Wow, they really give you a close-up. Stains M and L are located on the inner side of the banister of the stairs between level 3 and the switchback, and that's like right here, I believe. Like you go up the stairs and then you're on that plate or whatever, that little like landing. Presumptive testing for the presence of blood was positive with stains M and L. Okay. Wow, that doesn't even, like these are sunglasses or something. That doesn't even look like blood to me. The location of stain K is indicated in the image at the switchback between level 3 and level 2. Stain K is a light color transfer stain on the wall. Maybe he brushed up against it. At the switchback between level 3 and level 2, stain K can be seen in more detail in this other image. Presumptive testing for the presence of blood was positive with stain K. Okay, whose blood was it? Then we got stain J is indicated in this image here on the wall and can be seen in more detail in this other image. Stain J is a light colored transfer stain on the wall at the bottom of the stairs between level 3 and level 2. Presumptive testing for the presence of blood was positive with stain J. So it's blood. Okay. ISP depicts the living room area of the residence. Within this area, there is a sofa, a television, a beer pong table. A metal frame console table is partially visible against the wall opposite the sofa. A narrow path exits between the metal console table and the beer pong table. 2 overturned red cups and a partially emptied Bud Light Lime bottle is noted on the beer pong table along with a wooden handled knife. The picture depicts the overall location of 2 stained areas on the beer pong table. Stain 39 is indicated by the yellow arrow on the top of the table and shown in greater detail in this other picture. Presumptive testing, positive. Stain 39 demonstrates the appearance of diluted blood stain. This stain on the table revealed the DNA of Kaylee Gonzalez. The presence of an overturned cup in the vicinity of stain 39 is a potential source of the dilution of the cup, in fact, contained a source of liquid. It is unclear if this cup contained a liquid at some time or if it was part of the setup for a beer pong game. Probably. Spatter stain F is on the edge of the west side of the table. It is depicted by the orange arrow and is shown in greater detail. Presumptive testing for stain F for blood was positive. DNA from this stain was not identified. Excuse me? I mean, really, like, with the technology that we have, excuse me, we couldn't get who, and all the people that you have access to during this case, you couldn't ask everybody for like a blood sample, maybe a little swab. Everybody gets a swab. You get a swab. You get a swab. Everyone gets a swab. I mean, that's what they were doing. They were doing that. I guess they gave up. The extremely elongated shape of stain F is attributed to an acute angle of the incidence between the source object and the side of the beer pong table. Could he have been like moved, like, let's say like there's blood on him, like on whatever he's wearing, and he moved the table, or like not moved it, let's say, but like scooted by that table. Like, you know how the table was, it was straight. Instead of going around the table, do you think he scooted in between like the bar cart that was there and the table maybe? And he happened to just kind of transfer a little bit of the blood, maybe. And then maybe he knocked over a cup on his way out. I would have. So then the next image depicts the view looking across the beer pong table towards the bedroom assigned to Xana Kernodle. Across from the beer pong table is the metal console table referenced earlier. On the right side of this image, one can see a half wall with a wooden ledge and the stairs leading from the second level down to the first level parking lot entrance on the north side of the residence. Near the middle of the frame, the hallway leading from the living room to the bedroom of Xana Kernodle is depicted. Stain D is located on the north side of the wooden ledge. So it's going to be on the other side, like if you're going down the stairs to the first level. And it says it's on the half wall in the living room. It was stain D was tested and it was positive for blood. Stain D was a transfer blood stain and it belonged to Ethan being the primary contributor of that. Are we sure he didn't head out that front door? I mean, I'm just saying, that's one of the last person you kill and you have blood stains all the way out here, like if he was going down the stairs. Maybe he was going around the corner there and he had, like, I don't know how you would get it there. Unless he was just maybe walking and the knife, I don't know. There's no physical evidence to indicate that Ethan Chapin was ever outside of the bedroom after sustaining his bloodletting injuries. So then this is stain D. Okay. So then stain E on top of the wooden ledge. Okay. It was tested for blood and it was positive. It consists of 2 diluted spatter stains. The shape of these spatters show that they're traveling from the area of the living room and towards the stairwell opening in the direction of the yellow arrows. Yeah, why are we going downstairs? Oh, I think we went downstairs. The shape of these spatters show that they are traveling from the area of the living room and towards the stairwell opening. The coloration of the edge characteristic of stain E shows concentration around the outer, I don't even know how to say this word. We're going to figure it out though. Like we do. We just got to put it in the old, I don't know what this is. MacBook. Periphery. I couldn't say that word, periphery. I needed help. I was going to say peripheral and I was like, that's not right. Indicative of a diluted stain. So, okay. Why wasn't stain E was not tested further? Why not? I have questions. Okay, I have questions. Because like look at 24, 27, like 20. What's going on here? I have questions. I still think he went out that front door. He either went in it or out it. 3 areas of staining are noted in the stairwell between the second level and the first level. On the north wall, these stains are labeled as 23 and 24, and stain 27 is the area located above the steps. Okay, so stains 23, 24, and 27 were tested for blood, and they were positive. So the ones all along right here, these ones down here, and going towards this first floor. The location and distribution of stains 23, 24, and 27 are consistent with a cast-off mechanism, while their physical appearance is consistent with diluted blood. Maybe that's where he caught Xana. Cast-off is created when blood is released as the result of a bloodied object in motion. The appearance of the bloodstains reveal that the blood has been diluted by other liquid. DNA testing of stains from the north wall, so stain 27 of the stairwell, shows a mixture of DNA. I guess it was Kaylee and Maddie. Kaylee is the major component, and Maddie is a potential contributor of the minor component. And they said there's no physical evidence that they walked down there after their bloodletting injuries. And that's just because that's the mixture of what's on the knife. like at that time. So, that's, yeah, kind of tells you maybe he was heading maybe towards Xana's room. Maybe the way he was walking with it, it just was, kind of casting it off. So then stain 26 on the half wall was tested, and it was positive for blood. It was diluted, cast off associated with flow stains. Cast off is created when blood is released from the result of a bloodied object in motion. It says that the appearance of the blood stains reveal that the blood has been diluted by another liquid. So I don't know if we don't know if it's mucus, what it is. Flow stains, as demonstrated in stain 26, result from gravitational attraction. Additional testing on stain 6 shows the presence mixture of DNA, Kaylee and Maddie. Stains V and W, I don't see those yet. Maybe they're down here. There we go. V and W. They were positive for blood. They were diluted, cast off stains. And they were, it says there's no physical evidence that Kaylee and Maddie. Okay. I don't get that. It says it's cast off. Okay. So I guess that's why they're thinking it's from that night. But it says the flow patterns are the result of gravitational attraction. There's no physical evidence to indicate that Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, or Ethan were in this location after sustaining their injuries. So then the next image depicts the stain identified on the baseboards in the hallway between the living room area on the second level and the bedroom assigned to Xana. On the left side of the hallway are stains G and H. Okay, so right here. G and H are consistent with diluted blood. Diluted blood is a result of intermixing blood with another liquid. There is no physical evidence to indicate that any of the victims, were walking around. To me, it looks like he's just walking with it and it's just dropping. So then the stain 38, it was located near the bathroom doorway by the bedroom assigned to Xana. And it was tested for blood. And it was negative. I don't know, probably a drink or something. Stain 28 was between the living room and bedroom of Xana. It gave a positive presumptive. They gave it a positive presumptive test for blood. Stain 28 is a swipe stain. It appears dark in color and not diluted. An undiluted swipe stain indicates that a bloodied object surface made contact with this wall while in motion. The next one is going to be redacted, but it shows an overview of the bedroom assigned to Xana. Miss Kernodle is laying on the bedroom floor. She is wearing a pair of underwear, a long sleeve shirt, and is barefoot. Ethan Chapin is lying on the bed, partially covered with a blue blanket and a pink comforter. He can be seen to be wearing a pair of white socks. It shows blood on the bottoms of the feet of Xana Kernodle. This observation indicates that Xana was moving about and stepping into liquid blood after bloodletting injuries had occurred. Although there is no physical evidence to support that Miss Kernodle was moving about within her bedroom, there is no physical evidence to indicate that she ever moved beyond this room once she was bleeding heavily. There is physical, sorry. I think I said no. The bottoms and the tops of the socks of Ethan. There's no visible on either the bottoms or the tops of the socks, no blood. So that means he was not walking around after his bloodletting injuries. And then we've got a projected pattern is visible on the bedroom wall in the vicinity of the head of Ethan. Mr. Chapin's head is between the edge of the mattress and the wall. This projected pattern is more readily visible in the image. Damage to an artery can lead to production of an arterial projected pattern. According to the autopsy report related to the post-mortem examination of Ethan Chapin, he suffered injuries to his left subclavian vein and artery. That's where all that blood came from, pretty much. This image that we can't see, it shows an overview of the positioning of Ethan Chapin and the relationship between the projected arterial pattern, on the wall and the location of the injured left subclavian vein and artery described in the autopsy report. The subclavian artery lies just below the collarbone, the clavicle, on each side of the body. Saturation staining is located on the lower corner of the pillow under his left shoulder and on the sheet underneath each pillow. A swipe stain is located on his left side. I think you'd wipe the knife off. Transfer stains are located on Chapin's left chest, left shoulder, and left upper arm, top and bottom surfaces of his left upper wrist. Transfer stains and saturation stains are located on the blue blanket across his torso and upper legs, bottom sheet under and alongside his right side. The next picture shows a closer view of Ethan Chapin's upper body and neck. Heavy flow stains originating in the region of his left clavicle and flowing towards the right side of his body are visible. These flows then change directionality and flow down the right arm towards the elbow. His right shoulder has a transfer stain on the uppermost portion of the shoulder and the flow stains traveling towards the elbow. The antecubital fossa of the right arm and the right armpit is void of staining, indicated by the orange arrows. These voids are the result of these areas being shielded or protected from blood stains as the projected blood was created. A second area of projected staining is located below, the same word, on the upper portion of the right forearm. These observations indicate that Ethan was on his right elbow when his left subclavian artery was injured. Like sleeping on his right elbow, or was he like this in the bed? That's weird. I don't know. Maybe he's just like sleeping on his right elbow. I don't know. That's kind of weird. This positioning created a void at his right armpit as the blood flow began to emanate from the wound. Blood flows towards his right neck and down his upper right arm, resulting in the void at the folded right. What is this word called? I don't think it's going to tell me because I'm not going to be able to copy it. We're learning tonight. Well, I am. You guys probably know. I'm learning tonight.
Antecubital fossa.
Antecubital fossa. As he falls towards his right, the flow pattern changes directionality accordingly, and directional spatters from the injured subclavian artery strike his face. Spatters showing directionality are visible on the left cheek of Ethan Chapin. These spatters were created due to the injured subclavian vein and artery. A flow pattern originating from the area of his neck continues across the chin, across the left cheek, and accumulates above his right brow. Another flow travels around the bottom of his left nostril onto the tip of the nose. No expiration of blood is visible at the nostrils. Voided areas are visible on the wall beside the bed after the body of Ethan was moved. These voids were created due to Mr. Chapin's head and hair shielding the wall from projected arterial blood originating from his injured left subclavian artery. His head was down near the wall while the arterial pattern on the wall was created. An incision is located on the lateral right leg slightly above the knee. Why? What's going to do there? Saturation staining on the bottom sheet is associated with this injury. Spatter stains are located on the top of the right knee. A second injury below this incision is visible when his leg was rolled medially. What? So, like, are they saying he had one, like, on the inside of his leg, kind of, and then on the outside? Like I don't know why you would do that. Huh. I don't know. To me, that's weird. I thought it would have been like the Achilles heel or whatever, like that, or tendon down here or something like that. I don't know. That's what I thought when they said that there was other stab wounds to the legs. So then this image shows the location of the incision visible at Ethan Chapin's upper left leg. This incision is not visible in this other image, which depicts his body prior to removal of the blanket and comforter. So wait a minute. So okay, it's the incision was not visible. So that means if there was a comforter on top of it, Brian pulled back the comforter, sliced, and then put the comforter back over him. It says this incision is not visible in the image, which depicts his body prior to removal of the blanket and the comforter. And welcome in, everybody. If you guys don't mind, we take a second and hit the like button. I know it's a lot. I ask a lot from you. And become a member. We love to have you. Saturation stains are noted on the pink comforter. The blue blanket and or pink comforter was placed on top of the incision to the left leg after the incision was inflicted. Just like I said, wow. Okay, Coburger, I have a question for you now. I mean, I had some questions for him before, but that's a question. Why'd you do that? What was the point of that? I mean, cutting somebody's leg is nothing. I mean, at one point I had 97 staples in my legs. They were cut to hell. That's not, I mean, that's not going to, you already incapacitated him by cutting his artery in his vein. Now I think you were just messing around or something. I don't know what you were doing. So then Xana was discovered lying on the floor of her bedroom as depicted in the image. Above the location of her head, a white nightstand is at an angle to the bed. A white shelving unit with dark gray drawers is against the wall between the bed and the closet. On the wall opposite the bed is a white desk. A white fox fur chair is, or whatever you want to call it, between the closet and the desk. So then they crop the image. The bloodstains on her legs exhibit many transferred stains, white stains, and flow stains. Numerous transfer and saturation stains are noted on her sweatshirt. On the right thigh of Xana Kernodle, a patterned transfer is indicated by a yellow arrow. An object with a similar pattern either transferred the blood to her right thigh or contacted an existing blood stain on her upper right thigh while it was still wet. Okay, wait, what? Like, it's probably gonna tell me to go seek help. I'm like the stuff that I'm like typing in Google. Okay, it says that it could just be like created when a wet surface with blood, such as a weapon, clothing, or body part, comes into contact with skin or clothing, leaving an identifiable image or smear. I don't know what it was, but so then the white nightstand depicted in this image shows transfers and wipes on the side of the closet to the bed and on the top surface. The front edge, and we looked through the crime scene photos the other day. If you guys remember, it was very bloody in there. The front edge of the nightstand has been moved away from the bed in order to make room for a bloody object that created the transfers on the side of the nightstand and to allow room for the drip stains noted on the floor. Drip stains and drip trails are noted on the bottom shelf of the nightstand and on the floor between the bed and the nightstand. Drip stains and trails are created when when a surface wet with blood is above the level of the surface showing deposition. Spatter stains associated with impact are noted on the wall and on top of the nightstand. Stain 31 is an accession pattern located on the wall between the bed and the location of the white nightstand. This pattern is shown in more detail in another image. The shape and edge characteristics of this pattern indicate that a bloodied object struck the wall in this location. Well, what the hell was that? Could Zan have been fighting back and threw something at him? And it hit the wall? And it was bloody because it was in her hand and she was bleeding everywhere? Like, I mean, anything, right? I got a cup beside me. I just grab something, throw it. That's crazy. Actually, let me grab a drink since I had it in my hand. So then this image depicts an apparent defect in the bed sheet. I don't know if they mean like because the bed sheet was off the bed or because the bed sheet has slices in it, but let's see what it says. Okay, so these images depict the area surrounding the white shelving unit along the west wall of the bedroom near the closet opening. So when you walk in Xana's room, like say, like you walk in this door, her closet would have been right there to, the right. So it says spatter stains are noted on the wall beside the leg of the shelving unit and are labeled with the placard 34. A closer view is depicted in another image. The appearance of stains indicated by the yellow oval in this picture is consistent with diluted blood. Diluted blood is created when blood is mixed with another liquid. The mouth and nose injuries of Xana Kernodle, as noted in the autopsy report, are potential sources of diluted blood. The shape and area of convergence of these spatter stains indicate that the source of the blood was slightly above the level of these stains. Spatter stains associated with impact are located on the wall to the right of the opening for the closet as depicted in the image. The spatter is indicated by marker 29 in the image. The appearance of these spatters is consistent with diluted blood. The mouth and nose injuries of Xana Kernodle, as noted in the autopsy, are potential sources of diluted blood. The directionality of the spatter stains is from right to left as indicated by the yellow arrow. These spatter stains originated from impact to a source of exposed blood located approximately 3 feet and 7 inches above the floor as indicated by the scale in image. I think is the How tall would you be if you were on your knees? Like, okay. It says these spatter stains originated from an impact to a source. So that means an impact to a victim, I'm assuming, of exposed blood. Unless it was like maybe on the wall or something. I don't know. I'm just wondering, like, if it was a girl, if it was Xana. I'm about to measure myself. I don't, it could be something else too. Like, but to me, that's what I just thought. That was a bad image to think of, but not that night. I believe it was the night before, wasn't it? It was the night before, I believe, with his sister. I know he went with his sister. And I believe it was the night before. Transfer stains are noted on the white faux fur chair depicted in the image. This chair is located adjacent to the head of Xana Kernodle. There are additional transfer stains on the uppermost portion of the leg of the desk depicted in the image and indicated by marker 35. It was they tested marker 35 and it was positive and it matched Xana Kernodle. Did she fall into something? Maybe. I mean, the room did look like, yeah. I mean, it looked like a battle went on in that room. Okay. So then swipe stains are located on the trash can underneath the desk as depicted in image. And it's crop. It says indicated by marker T. Like, was she under the desk? Swipe stains result from the transfer of blood from a blood-bearing surface onto another surface with characteristics that indicate relative motion between the two surfaces. Testing showed the presence of blood of Xana Kernodle. That girl fought. I mean, not saying that the rest of them didn't. I mean, poor Kaylee had more injuries. You know, I mean, she had a ton of injuries too, but just like seeing her, I guess we didn't really, you know, I think we saw more, I feel like, of Xana's room than, and that's fine. I mean, I don't need to see any more. I didn't need to see what I saw. But it just seems like she bled all over that place. It makes me so sad. So then the next image depicts the upper portion of Xana's door. The bloodstains depicted indicate a cast-off pattern composed of diluted blood and associated flow patterns. Cast-off is created when blood is released as the result of a bloodied object in motion. The appearance of the bloodstains reveal that blood has been diluted by another liquid. The mouth and nose injuries of Xana Kernodle, as noted in the autopsy report, are potential sources of diluted blood. Flow patterns in this instance are the result of gravitational attraction. This is the lower portion of Xana Kernodle's bedroom door and adjacent floor. Stain 36 indicates diluted flow stains on the exterior surface of the bedroom door. The appearance of these stains indicates that the blood has been diluted with another liquid, altering their appearance. Subsequent testing of these flow stains on the exterior of bedroom door indicates the blood of Xana Kernodle. The mouth and nose injuries of Xana Kernodle, as noted in the autopsy report, are potential sources of diluted blood. Drip stains were noted on the bedroom floor below the door. The relative location of these drip stains is indicated by a pink marker on the floor. I'm assuming drip means that they were flowing at one point. The location of these drip stains near the opening edge of the bedroom door represents the furthermost location of undiluted blood. When Xana Kernodle was actively bleeding, there is no physical evidence that she was ever east of this location. So once she was in a room, he had her like cornered in a way. So the conclusions here that we get, there is no physical evidence that any of the decedents were outside of their respective bedrooms after sustaining significant bloodletting injuries. The only decedent to move from the bed and or be standing upright after actively bleeding was Xana Kernodle. Someone other than the decedents had a source of blood on their person or in their possession and is responsible for the creation of the bloodstains in the following locations: Maddie Mogen's doorway, stairway leading to the third level, from the third level to the second level, stairway leading from the second level to the first level, diluted stain on top of the beer pong table on the second level, half wall near the end of the beer pong table on the second level, wooden ledge of the half wall on the second level. The presence of diluted bloodstains outside the respective bedrooms indicates that the persons responsible for the creation of these bloodstains also caused their dilution. I'm going to read that again. Okay. So no one's saying it's diluted because people were cleaning it. The presence of diluted bloodstains outside of the respective bedrooms indicates that the persons responsible for the creation of these bloodstains also caused their dilution. So there's that. There is that. The cast-off bloodstains on the half wall at the end of the beer pong table and in the stairwell between the second and first floor indicate that the source of the diluted blood was in motion. I'm telling you, he went out that first floor. The presence of diluted blood from Kaylee Gonzalez and Madison Mogen in the cast-off bloodstains on the half wall at the end of the beer pong table and the stairwell opening between the second and first floors establishes that Miss Gonzalez and Ms. Mogen had already been injured and that the source of their blood had been mixed with another liquid before these cast-off stains were created. Transfer stain D on the north side of the wooden ledge of the half wall in the living room, which was identified as containing the blood of Ethan Chapin, is the only undiluted blood stain identified outside of the bedrooms. The knife sheath recovered from the bed of Maddie Mogen had DNA associated with Brian Koberger and blood spatters associated with an impact delivered to Kaylee Gonzalez and Madison Mogen. There is no physical evidence to indicate that a significant amount of time elapsed during the commission of this violent activity. There is no physical evidence to exclude a single perpetrator causing the death of these four individuals. There is no scientific basis to predict the necessary occurrence of secondary footwear transfer stains due to overall lack of visible footwear patterns in the entire crime scene. These findings are based upon the materials provided to date. Submission of additional materials could alter these conclusions. Okay, I think that was the end of that. Yeah. Okay. Any questions? Any questions so far? I was trying to get you guys like to where we could I could look up things, but basically I'm telling you, I think Koberger went down to the first floor. I don't know if he went out the door or what, because I don't know why. Okay, this is what plays me. This is what I got, like a devil and a angel or whatever on my shoulder. Okay. So if Brian did leave through the, let's just say for shits and gigs, that he left through the front door, right? Because Dylan says she saw him when she opened up the door for the third time, and he was heading he was heading towards the back door, right? So we know that back door was open, and we've heard from the neighbor that the front door was open at 8:30 in the morning. Now, the only thing that gets me is when Dylan ran down to Bethany's bedroom on the first floor, if that door was open, like it had been left open by Brian Koberger, she would have closed the door. right away, right? And then whenever Hunter got there the next day, he said he had to put in the code to go inside. So I don't know about the door, but I've always thought they went out the front door or in the front door. Something about the front door just it's a lot. To me, it wasn't as like lit up, and you could kind of hide behind the cars. You weren't just walking, and then all these lights in the back. There was just so much. It seemed like. I think the rest of this are just like Appendix A, response and rebuttal. So we'll probably go over those on one of our next lives. Let's see if Brian's acting up in jail. Oh, the National Enquirer. Oh, here's the thing about the prison guards from the Daily Mail. I was just seeing if there was anything. I don't see anything. I wonder if he looks. I don't know if he could, like, where he would look to see, like, if people are still talking about him, Yeah, Bethany's room's closed. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm just thinking, like, that front door was left open, they said. I mean, I don't know. It would just be it'd be easier even to get to the front door. It's hard to get back that. I mean, it drops down. How did he not bust his ass at least once or twice or 3 times? I mean, and maybe he did, but like, and then the step down by Dylan's room. I mean, you really have to be on Zillow looking at that stuff. And thank you, Julian, so much for the $2. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I heard that the people were talking about that the sheath looking new was, making people like side eye it. I don't think he ever used it beforehand, ever on anything. I mean, I don't even know. To tell you the truth, I don't even know why he picks a knife. Other than he wanted to prove something to his 16-year-old self, because when he was younger and he worked, at the fish camp, he couldn't fillet a fish. He got fired for it. Right, Lee? Yeah, Dylan crying, it breaks my heart too. I mean, she was brave. Like, that girl was so freaking incredibly brave to go up there, and like, she's literally the only person alive that was in that house that saw him, right? Like, she's the only person. And she went up there. I mean, she asked if she could sit down, and I was so proud. That was a proud moment for Bill Thompson. I'll give him that. I thought he really helped her in that moment, because I felt like he was almost shielding her in a way. Like, he was like looking this way. Like, I don't know. Just to me, it was a nice moment for that, for like the prosecution to be there for a victim. But other than that, I'm not a big fan of you, Bill. Nope. You stopped right at the end. Would 3 months hurt anybody? Would it have hurt Ann Taylor? Maybe she has another death row case she's doing right now. I don't know how that would work, because she is working on another death row case. So she was probably like, I don't know. She probably was mad that she had to quit, or she had to stop working the case, because she was making so much money. I would be like, sign me up all day. I was just looking at the chat. $16,000 for tickets. No, for the Eras tour, yeah, I would. Never mind. So it's so crazy how I just changed that, didn't it? I probably would. No, I wouldn't spend that much money on concert tickets. I've only been to like one like show, like other than like just bands that I know that play, and that was Pink, and that was only because we were up at Ohio State, And my friend was like, do you want to go to a concert? And I had never been to like a concert, like a real concert before. And it was like, I want to say right after my accident. Yeah, it was. It was like a year, maybe not even a year after my accident. So like, he's like, let's go scout tickets. And I'm like, we can't scout tickets. What are you talking about? He's like, let's go. So we end up going to the Schott at the Schottenstein Center, which is where they play basketball for Ohio State. And we went up there and we scouted 2 tickets for like $80 or something. And then we told the guy, we're like, if we'll drive us like up to the Schott, because we were in the parking lot, we'll give you like an extra $10 or something, or I forget how much, $20 or something. And he's like, okay. He was really cool. I was like, if these are not real, I'd be so mad. But it was something fun to do. And let me know if anybody has any questions. I love ketchup. She put it in her gravy. No, boo, we ain't putting ketchup in the gravy now. No, we're going, And even, okay, I eat weird shit. And I don't do that. Like I would say maybe on the biscuits, because I used to eat bread with ketchup all the time when I was a kid. Don't ask me to make myself a sandwich because that's what you're going to get. Some ketchup and bread. Well, yeah, there's no blood of him because he didn't get cut. He got lucky. Or he wore like one of those, what are they called? I keep wanting to say Velcro. The same stuff that Kevlar, like Kevlar gloves. And they're easy to obtain. You can buy one of them online. And I would say that he had one. Definitely. Especially when he first got the knife, I would say, because he doesn't want to, like, let's say like you get a K-bar knife. I mean, even just for cooking, which you don't, you would buy a Kevlar or like one of those gloves. So if you're chopping up your veggies, you don't chop your finger right off. I would think he would have one. But maybe he didn't. I don't think they're shielding Dylan at all. I think Dylan is amazing. And I hope that she lives the best life that she can live. I hope she gets everything in life. I hope that she finds a man that loves her or a girl that loves her and they fall in love. I hope that every night she can go into her own bed and not sleep with her parents and sleep in her own bed and be able to get some sleep. That's what I hope. And I hope that for all the families too. She's ketchup on everything. Yeah, he could have been chasing her too. Was that my phone? I don't know. I could have I thought I heard something like vibrating over and over again. So that's why I was like, is that my phone? It would only be like Vincent or my family. Like, it's 10 o'clock. Don't give me a heart attack like that. No one was even calling. Oh, I do ketchup on hash browns. I don't think he had any L.A. Taylor ability to fight back. That's why I'm wondering why the cut to the leg and the location of the cut. Like, I don't get that. Like, what is that noise? Something is messing with me. Or it's just me. Maybe it's just me. No, I just heard it again. Yeah. I think it's my dog. Oh my God, it's my dog snoring. She's vibrating. Oh, it's the dog. Yeah, it's definitely the dog. Okay. So sorry. Wow. It's definitely the dog making those noises. I thought I was losing it for a minute. Sorry about that. Sorry, I didn't mean to be laughing in the middle of this. Yeah, I think he passed out in the bed, and I think that the bed got moved when either maybe Brian went to cut him there and maybe he pushed out from the wall and pushed the bed out, because that bed wasn't like attached to anything. It was just like a free, a bed on like, one of those cheap like risers, right? So that's what I think. And then that's how his head went in between the wall and the bed. Because I don't think Xana had her bed just like kind of like that, and then her nights, you know what I mean? Like it was a mess in that room. It wasn't the way that it should have usually looked, I would say. 274. Mm-hmm. You can erase them, like if you mess with Yahoo. I'll have to show you how to do it. Like if you clicked up like delete twice or something, it'll delete them all, or delete like 10,000 at a time or something. Who's KP? Maybe. I think he was already laying in bed. I think he was sleeping. Like I think, yeah. Oh, it was Gmail. Oh yeah. You can't see, I haven't deleted any of mine. I'm just gonna change my email and then be like, everybody email me again, which no one's emailed me. I don't think that I haven't got back to, but. Oh, Brian, BK, you mean? I think maybe he just did the leg wounds, so I don't know why he freaking did them. I have actually no idea, because I wouldn't prevent him from getting up. I mean, I've had, like I said, I mean, you can get up with even broken legs. Yeah, so there's nothing about his ankles. Yeah, we never heard anything about the ankle part. It was just the front and side. Yeah, his blood alcohol was a little bit high. Not as high as Xana or Maddie's. I think his was like 1 something, hers was, and Maddie's was 2. Xana's was 2, or no, Maddie's was 2 something. How do I don't know exactly which page it was on, but we'll look real quick. Okay, let's see. Is this it? No. I think we're getting close though. Okay. Kaylee had a blood alcohol concentration of 0.107, so just over the legal limit. Then we had Maddie coming in with a blood alcohol level of 0.282, which is extremely high. Like, that girl was feeling her alcohol. I mean, she must have I'm thinking she drank like fast or something. I don't know. I mean, that's pretty high. So 0.282. I mean, because a 0.4, you're dead. And if you're not dead, you're about to be. That's a lot. So then Xana had blood alcohol level of 0.229. And then Ethan had a blood level of 0.122. Man. She was very silly, yeah. Hey, Heather. Yeah, she was like, F you. And I was like, oh gosh, she's done said it. And then she was like coming in hot when she went straight to those people. She reminded me of, I'm sorry, I would have done the same thing back when I was a drinker in my 20s. Like, I would walk, I would have not, I was just, it wouldn't have been like being mean, or it would just been me not being aware, like you just kind of aren't aware of like your surroundings. You're just kind of like, living in your own little world there for a minute. They were both 21, and then Xana and Ethan were 20. Lauren, that could have happened. But Maddie was definitely, she was drinking. She was drinking. That, yeah, I mean, I just think of like, I've read reports, well, one report, of somebody that was drinking and they had a blood alcohol after death of 4.0. And they were like, I looked it up and I was like, I don't even know how they were standing, let alone like living. He bought the knife, I believe in May. Wasn't it May? March, May? I want to say May. So he got the knife when he was back in Pennsylvania. And then he moved right in the beginning of like the summer to, I believe it was like summer, maybe late summer. I think it was the beginning of summer, June, I think. So maybe he bought it in March and he went there in June. Let me see. We'll look it up because everyone's saying something different now. I thought it was May. Let's see. Okay, March. I think Casey was right. It says the purchase occurred between March 20th and March 30th, roughly 8 months before the homicides. And it was made online by his account from his parents' house. Yeah, he moved in June to Washington. Yeah, so he got it in March, and I knew it was March or May. It was an M, but I couldn't remember which one. And he got the sheath and the sharpener also. So for all the people out there, Brian's innocent. Okay, well, where's his knife sheath? Where's his knife? Where's the sharpener? Any of it? He just got rid of all that. Just happened to get rid of that. That would be a damn shame, wouldn't it? And because he was already getting pulled over when he first got there. He got pulled over in August. And then the other one was in October? And then he got pulled over twice on his way home. The dude got pulled over a lot. I mean, you know. And Jillian, no, I'm telling you. Me too. Especially like in college. I drank in college. Then I drank after college a little. Drank till I was about 24. Like you know what I mean? Like when it was like once a month, I would say, or twice a month. We would go like, or on the weekends we'd go out, like every weekend maybe back then. And then I hit 30 and I quit. Somebody said in my comment section the other day that I stumble on my words because I'm drunk. I said, me? Drunk? Me? You're talking about me? I said, I don't even drink. Try another one. And I stumble on my words because I can't talk very well. Hello. I've got a freaking retainer in my mouth. I just thought that was pretty funny. I thought that was actually hilarious when I read that. I kept it up too. It's under one of the videos. I said, I've never even seen you in a live before telling me what I sound like. I just thought it was funny. Now, if I start passing out on you guys here, maybe check on me. You can't even get mace off Amazon. BK got a K-bar knife. Yeah, you can buy them. You can buy K-bars on Amazon. They got them. They're only $98, I think it is. The bear spray is what's up. I heard use that instead of mace. I had a thing that like it was supposed to make noise or something if I pulled it. It broke like right after I got it. I was like, huh, not getting that again. But I do think I am going to put together like a little like gift set of some sort of like things that you would need if you're in a tough situation, like I don't know, like a little kit, like with like mace or like the little things to break the windows in the car, things of that nature. I don't know. I think it'd be cute. Yeah, they never found the sharpener, huh? I think I think that he threw all that, except for the vitamins, because he has to have the vegan vitamins. I think he threw all that in that Snake River. I genuinely do. Really, I think it's in the river Lee. The ground was so hard, it would be too hard for him, I think, to bury anything unless he dug the hole in June. But even if he dug the hole in June, the dirt that sat there beside the hole would still freeze up and it'd be hard to get the dirt back into the hole. I don't know. I just don't see him digging a hole. I think it's in the Snake River because I mean there was a guy that got away with murder because they couldn't find his wife pretty much or something. I think he did he get away with it or is he on death row for it? One of those two. I think he got away with it. But they couldn't find her. Couldn't find her in the river. Yeah, with his vitamins, He had to have the vitamins with it. They found the vitamins in his car. But they didn't, yeah. Oh, I can buy a K-bar knife. I guess it just depends maybe where you live. But I would think it's just a knife. I mean, it's not just a knife, it's a killing machine. It's just like a getting a gun probably. But I know that on my Amazon I can get it. I was going to buy one when this case first started. And then I was like, no, you don't need to buy no K-bar knife for this case. It's $100. But then I didn't realize that we would still be here 3 years later talking about this knife sheath. But I did do a video. Okay, let me see. Okay, I saw the bear spray is more efficient. Or bee spray. Oh, look at that. I didn't know that. That's what I need. It's 109 now. It was only 80 or 98 when this case first started. Yeah, they bumped that up probably because Coburger. But not a light bulb on Amazon California Logic. Vincent's from California, and that does sound like them. It does too. And man, I want to go to California. Hint, hint, Haru. That's Vincent's mom's name. I'm not, I should I need to take a picture and that's what I should do. I need to take a picture. And so that way I could post it on here and let you guys see all the snow. And then Vincent's mom can see it. But I don't know if I can get a good picture right now of the back window. I'll have to remind me on the next, the next live to do that. Because we got so much snow. People in California would be like, what is that? I mean, it was like 50 some degrees or 60 some degrees there the other day while we're freezing over here. Okay. Someone just commented on a video and I'm like, we're live. Why aren't you in here? But I think that's all I had for you guys for tonight. I don't see, let me go over to X to see if because you never know. They'd be wild now sometimes over there. Maybe something's happening in the world that I need to tell you about. Doesn't look like it. Anybody have any good plans for this weekend? We do have a lot of cases to catch up on too. We got so many. There's so much stuff going on. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. Like I said, I think I'm going to go back up. I think it's Thursday. I have a doctor's appointment in I think actually I have one before then. So let me check real quick. But I wanted to go back up to the Tepe's house just to see if you guys wanted me to get anything. I wanted to see if there was any other cameras in the area that we didn't pick up on. Like if we go down the road a little bit more. So February 4th is Wednesday. Okay, so I have a Botox appointment, but unless I do it before, but usually after I have those appointments, my head hurts, which is weird, right? And then the 6th, I have an appointment. And then I have one every day this week. How did I go from one to let me get to my notes to this many? This is wrong. February 4th. Didn't I say February 4th already? Yeah. So I have to go to chiropractor in the morning and then Botox in the afternoon because, I'm just cool like that. So Lauren, it does, but it gives me a headache. It's okay. It's weird. It's for my migraines. I get extreme migraines, but for some reason, when I first get the shots done, it kind of it makes me tired almost, and I get like a little bit of a headache. I don't know how to explain it, and then it comes back. I'm back to what I'm usually as. And this time, actually, I didn't have to take any Advil. I did once or twice. Only once or twice, which is good. So I'm extremely lucky. And hey, Colleen. We have so much snow here, it's ungodly. It's just, there's so much. And I think we're getting more. I don't want any more. Let me see here. Oh my God, I don't want any more snow. Oh, did somebody write me again? Are we beefing on the YouTubes? Okay. I'm going to have to do a live on my second channel because people be trying to tell me where to go and they ain't going to be doing that. I can't take aspirin, but I could take I like Advil. Advil, if you're in a lot of pain, even pain to where you're on a pain medication, and I'm not a doctor, so just take this with a grain of salt, the smallest little grain of salt, because it worked for me, but it might not work for everybody. But I was on heavy medications like oxycodone. Oxycontin they had me on because no codeine. I said none of that. They had me on that whenever I got home from the hospital, and I was on the liquid, and then they put me down to the pills when I was able to get the wires off my mouth. And then I wanted to go down even lower. They weren't putting me lower, but I wanted to go lower. And so what I started doing was I started taking Advil, and it literally helped me more than the actual pain medication would. With the pain, I swear it was all in my head or something. I was like, I don't even need the pain medication. I just need some Advil. So I just took my Advil, and that's what I do now. I have 3 curves in my back. We're going to get this checked out in a week or 2 and everything. See, even the teachers say it. Welcome on in. Advil, I love Advil. It's pretty much the acetaminophen. It's just something about it. It might be the packaging. It might just be I think it's when I was a kid, they went to those not the soft gels. I get the regular ones, but they had that coating on them that helps kids be able to swallow medication, swallow Like, so if I couldn't take like a Tylenol for some reason, like because they didn't have that coating on it, like it would if it was like that Advil. I don't know. You brought another stray. Thanks, Ashley. Bring them on over. And I love funny people. Don't suffer in silence. Chronic pain. Yeah, I hear you there. Agent Affairs. Yeah, I got a lot of chronic pain. Lots of it. But I try. I don't know. My doctors always like ask me why is it taking you so long to get in here? And I'm just like, I ignore it. I just think, well, it's just what I got to live with. And they're like, no, you don't. I went to the pain school once. I took the pain school because they were like, you pain medication or pain school. I said, let's try the pain school first. That thing was, oh my, I'm telling you, they have an actual school for pain. You know what they told me to do? Pretty much suck it up. I don't know. It was just bad. I was like, I'm not doing that. I was on a Dilaudid drip once and it was wonderful, Lauren. It was after my accident. I didn't know what was going on. I mean, I was just sitting there like this, but they let me hit that pump every 10 minutes and I would be out for 3 and then I'd wake back up and then I'd hit it again, go back to sleep. Well, I'm glad. And I also have another channel as well. It's where we get a little spicier over there. I'm gonna start doing like story times and stuff. I think I'm gonna start with myself. I got tons of story times, I could tell. But it's called Unfiltered with Tanya, and it should be in the chat. Nightbot should be flowing it in here. Yeah, Ashley, make sure you taper it down because I don't want you to, be in any pain, any like withdrawals. Yeah, Dilaudid, it was the best. I was like, I cried when they took me off of it. That was like the only time I cried in the whole. I actually did cry when there was 2 times, that and the catheter. I was like, y'all are doing me dirty over here because then I had to get up and do things. I knew I had to like start physical therapy once they removed the catheter, removed the Dilaudid drip. Like those 2 things were like the 2 things I had to get off of in order to leave the hospital and go over to the rehabilitation center. And I didn't want to leave. I was like, they're feeding me. I'm sitting here. I'm not doing nothing. Damn, don't even got to get up to go to the bathroom. Just leave me be. Ladybug, I would love to see you on a Dilaudid drip. You probably were wonderful though on it. Your husband probably tell him to start taking some funny videos of you. I always tell Vincent that. I'm like, I thought they were going to give me laughing gas at the dentist this last time. I was like, I told him, I was like, I swear to God, if you do not record me, I was like, I'll be so mad because I was like, I heard you say all the things. That's so funny. The pregnant woman walking by was glaring. She's probably like, Julian. Yeah. See, it's the catheter experience is one to have. I'll tell you, it's one to have. It's not when they go to remove it though. They're like, go to the bathroom, and sometimes you can't. I was like, I can't. Me and him fought about that. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that on a different live, not on an Idaho live. But yeah, we'll have to do a live on the other channel. I've been wanting to. I need to do it. Maybe I could do it tomorrow actually because I'll be here and Vincent won't be here. Like, doing his stuff for work, which I could have today. I should have today. I don't know what I was even doing. It was rough, Colleen. We'll have to talk about that on my second channel because that was, yeah. Take the medicine from me, just don't take the catheter. And you'll always remember when you're in the hospital. This is the thing that when I was in the hospital, I always remember the people that took the extra time to, take care of me a little more, I was on fentanyl patches. They did not, nope. Me too, Ladybug. I was just about to say they did not work. Those things did not work for me at all. I was so mad. I was like, why did you give me these? First, I almost had a stroke because I was outside in the heat, and my aunt was a nurse. Thank God she saw me go like a sheet white and ran me into the house. She was like, oh my God, you're on those patches. You can't be doing that. So I got off those within like a few days because I was like, these are not working. And if I was like, if you do not do something, they're awful. I mean, I was like, this is nothing. I was like, they were just terrible. They didn't work. They just didn't work. You know what I mean? And if you're in pain, like broken legs on all that, and I broke a screw in my leg in half. I did that. So one night I was dragging my leg behind me. Like it hurt so bad. Worse than the initial hurt, like injuries. Oh, it was the worst. But yeah, I'll come on and I will definitely do a live on the next, only on my second channel. Let me put the, see if I can put the link for the channel over there. www.youtube.com/@. Of course, it's like a long name. We'll have to go there and talk about all this stuff tomorrow. I think we have a lot of stuff we could talk about. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to jump off of here. Yeah, we've been through for some physical. Yeah, this chat. If you have any physical or mental impairments, this is the chat for you. I'm not even talking about y'all, I'm talking about me. But y'all too. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. Maybe D. Laura said, I haven't even mentioned my stuff. I know we didn't even go hard yet. I mean, I didn't even talk about the eye, which somebody, if you guys see these anywhere, I need to look it up because there is a girl on this app and I don't know her name, but I need to find it out. She has a prosthetic eye. And what she does is she does like video shorts. She just takes out her prosthesis. She puts in her like a new one and they're like really cool looking. They're like super cool looking, like, you know, futuristic looking and stuff. But where's she getting these to put them in? Are they safe? I have questions. So if you see her, let me know because this girl gets like millions of views. Like she's like not a small creator by any means. Like she had like 187,000 likes on her last video short. And I was like, I could do that. I could do that. Put it in. And then she just smiles and like people love it. I mean, I don't know if I could do that. It's my eye. I don't even know if I could do that. Vincent would probably have to be, I think that it would be even cooler if I had Vincent in there than he did it. He could take it out, put the other one in. Like my beautiful, you know, sidekick. But I'd probably have to put a mask on him or something because he wouldn't want to show his face. It could be even better. You never know. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. We're a mess, aren't we? But we're all in it together. We're family here. No, but thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I do appreciate it. You know, I just noticed we don't get trolls ever, which is good. Just knock on wood, damn it. Rapper hasn't been in here in a while. But thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna light it up. Tonight, we're gonna light it up. Tonight, we're gonna light it up. Just like the sunrise, we're gonna light it up. just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt.